Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com here. Back today with yet another price prediction video, analysis and forecast on this time ARK, which is a cryptocurrency that is ranking at the 23rd spot based on market cap with a market cap of 266 million. So this is one of the smaller ones out there, obviously not one of the smallest, right? But like I said, I've gone through many of these now. You can check out my videos on the price predictions for many of these cryptocurrencies over here. I'll have links in the description below to many of those videos. But I'm now moving down the list, going down to the smaller and up and coming cryptocurrencies. And ARK is definitely part of that category, right? That's still in a very developmental stage, which isn't like a bad thing, right? But it's something to be aware of, okay? So getting into some of the details of ARK now, let me start off by saying that ARK has a subreddit of 8,000, a little bit above 8,000 readers, which is pretty decent for its size, right? Since it's not the biggest cryptocurrency out there, so this is a fair size, I would say, for where it's at currently. A good thing about this subreddit is I did see a couple developers, it seems like, talking with people and communicating, which is really good to see. And I will mention, though, that there was some posts about people, sort of not totally happy with their holdings in ARK, and they had some concerns that the project wasn't moving fast enough, and that maybe the team is not business oriented enough, for mass adoption and stuff. Basically, some concerns about timing and adoption and stuff like that. So that's something to pay attention to, but everyone is different. So I'm going to get into the numbers here, which I really like on ARK. But first of all, let me go to their website, right, just to explain sort of the fundamentals on what ARK really is. And I will mention, I'm no expert on ARK. I'm never really a big expert on all the fundamentals of these cryptocurrencies. I just kind of gloss over and sometimes dig a bit deeper, but they get pretty complicated pretty quickly sometimes. ARK isn't the most complicated one out there, but it's a pretty wide-ranging project, and that's just something to be aware of. I'll point out right away, though, that as you can see, their sort of motto, right, is a platform for consumer adoption, which I really like, and obviously this is just a motto, right, a slogan, but I like that this is sort of one of the first things that you see on the website is that they're focusing on consumer adoption. And this is something that I really appreciate because I've mentioned multiple times that there's too many cryptocurrencies, in my opinion, that are just focusing on sort of the programming and developer or corporate aspect of their cryptocurrency. And what will truly make a cryptocurrency great is if it has consumer adoption, right? So I like that they're focusing on this and that they're not, like forgetting about sort of the main group of interest, right, which are consumers, like I said. So basically, what does ARK do? Well, it's a a standard cryptocurrency, right? Its sort of focus, though, is to sort of be able to bridge, its particularity, I should say, is to be able to bridge together blockchains. So meaning, bridge together multiple cryptocurrencies, right? And they have this thing sort of called the ARK ecosystem, right, which is basically their whole project. And they really want to set themselves up to be a cryptocurrency that's working on, a wide range of things, right? It's not just a very specific cryptocurrency that's focusing on a specific cause. It kind of wants to try to work on all fronts, right? The problem with that is that, and I guess it can be a good thing, right? It's that it really is putting itself in a position where they're trying to be the jack of all trades cryptocurrency, right? They want to have sort of like a physical card system, bridged blockchains. They have a lot of stuff, right? A little bit of privacy in there as well. So the problem with this is that you definitely don't want to end up being a jack of all trades and master of none, right? That would be bad, and that would be sort of it would be a bit of a disaster, right? And I'm not saying that it's going to become that, but it has to be at least a master of some, if that makes sense, right? And yeah, that's just what I hope for the project, is that they don't end up, just sort of not really being good at anything because they tried to be good at everything, if that makes sense, right? So just hopefully they'll be able to really make certain things work well, you know, like their bridging and stuff like that, and that'll put them in a valuable position, right? So that's what I'd like to see for the future, and I guess that's pretty obvious. But yeah, just something to pay attention to. I will also add in that I really like the fact that they have an optional private transaction system in place, or that they're going to implement. You know, like I said, I like coins that have a privacy aspect, and this one does. So that's a thumbs up on my part. Yet another good thing to be working on, right? And just sort of moving down, you know, they have a whole team here working on developers and stuff. So this is always good to see, you know. It's definitely not like an abandoned project and everything. With that being said, though, they do have a lot of developers and stuff, but I will say that their website is, you know, it's not like a horrible website or anything. I've seen way worse in the cryptocurrency space, but it's maybe not the most professional website, and it's obvious that it's still in sort of a starter stage. So I think it should definitely be a bit more streamlined and mainstream friendly, right? I think that's important, and that goes back to sort of the adoption issue that they may be facing. And you know, adoption is really going to be the key thing for these guys, right? Yeah, no doubt about it. Adoption is going to have to be their main focus. I mean, they have to make their cryptocurrency good and stuff, right? That, you know, the product always has to be good, but adoption is going to be sort of their limiting thing here, I think, where, you know, they have to get their name out there. That's you know, that's really the main thing for any cryptocurrency that's, you know, outside of the top 20, let's say, to be fair, probably even the top 15, is just to grow, you know, their adoption, the general awareness around the cryptocurrency, right? So now that I got into some of the fundamentals, I'm going to get into the numbers, right? And really fast, volume of the past 24 hours. Remember, this is just the past 24 hours, so this is an average volume. But if the average volume is around 3 million, you know, that's not bad. It's pretty small. I'm not going to lie, it is pretty small. But, you know, remember, we are in the smaller cryptocurrencies, you know. We're not in the big names, so it's nothing to be worried about, really. That's pretty reasonable and fair, considering where it is, right? Like I said, $261 million market cap. Had a bounce today. I'm not sure why. Could be anything. It's not really relevant to this video, though, so that doesn't really matter. With that being said, though, supply, right? This is something that I really like about ARK. Circulating supply currently of 97 million, almost 98 million, and a total supply of just under 130 million. So this is a nice range for a cryptocurrency like this. No problems on that area. So yeah, nothing to be concerned about here. Pretty reasonable and relatively small supply, which is always nice to see, right? This is a supply that I can definitely work with. And now getting to some of the price action. So I got to be honest, you know, I like the numbers on ARK. By the way, $2.67 cryptocurrency. Let's see. ARK came into the market in March 2017, right? Started off super low priced and pretty much just started growing slowly but surely, right? You know, don't forget, it started at, let's see, 3 cents if I'm not mistaken here. And it slowly had a very humble rise, right? Which is a really nice thing to see, actually. And, you know, it just sort of climbed up the ranks, slowly touched the dollar, fell back a bit down, you know. And then it really had its big takeoff, you know, right after about July 2017. So this is definitely a more recent cryptocurrency, and it's definitely been getting some good attention and growth, as you can see, in a short amount of time, right? So that's another positive for ARK. But, you know, just took off pretty much, had its peak all-time high at right above $4. So that's going to be the resistance level to pay attention to. And then has recently been falling back down. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it's probably the range of the China drama, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, basically just had a little bit of a pullback here. And it does seem like, you know, this isn't exactly a charting website, but if I'm not mistaken, it may have broke out of its downtrend over here. I can't really tell for sure, maybe just testing it, but if it has broken out of its downtrend, that's definitely going to be a good sign to see, right? So yeah, that's something to pay attention to. Now, let me just talk about a little bit what happened over here. So like I said, very slow but steady adoption, I think, is the price action that we saw here, right, with a little bit of a flat range. And then just really started getting more and more attention, you know, got its first pop, real big pop, and, you know, got the big growth over here. Really nice and steady growth, you know, great price action here with some nice pullbacks. And, you know, if we look now at the uptrend on a longer time frame, I mean, like I said, this has not been around for a long time, but just overall, you know, we're still in a very nice uptrend. The shorter term uptrend has been broken, you know, it broke right below here, right, this shorter uptrend over here. So it's going to have to test that resistance level, and, you know, so this might be, I'm not sure, you know, around $4 basically is what I'm trying to say, right? $3.50, $4, that's where it's going to have a little bit of resistance. So everybody who's you know, investing in this will want to see that break through. But, you know, it's looking good. There's not a big cause for concern here. It seemed like the cryptocurrency got its bounce on about this resistance, support level. So around $2, it got a bounce, which was sort of a support level, it looks like. So, you know, it makes sense there that it would have that bounce over there. And, you know, I think now that, like I said, I can't tell 100% sure if it broke out of its downtrend today. Let me just try to see. I wish I had a chart here, but it seems like it might have. So, you know, for now, I would say everything is looking good. Like I said, now I think we want to see it climb up in the short term, right, the next couple months, climb back up to this resistance level, hopefully break through that, which I think it can totally do. And, you know, so for the next couple months, I do expect it to probably, you know, go back up to that $4 range. So that would be my first price prediction. For the next 2 years, I would say, you know, it's hard to tell because with these smaller ones, it really depends on the adoption and stuff, the true, like, you know, big adoption that I'll get and attention. But, you know, this is a very, very small cryptocurrency. I mean, $260 million is not nothing, but, you know, you got to compare, right? This is still in a very small area for cryptocurrencies. It could 10 times and be, you know, still in the smaller cryptocurrencies out there. So, I mean, this is good news, right, for the cryptocurrency. Basically, I think that it can definitely move up to $10, you know, in the next 2 years. And from there, you know, sky's the limit with these cryptocurrencies, but, you know, I usually do a 5-year price prediction, and it's hard to say because with that, you know, you always have to consider where some of the more big names are and are going to be in the next 5 years. But, you know, this could be one that potentially, you know, 10 times. Why not? You know, why not? It could definitely, like I said, $10 in the next 2 years, definitely possible. Moving up to $20 in the next 5 years, that seems possible as well. So I'm pretty bullish on this cryptocurrency. Again, it's in a very early stage right now, which is great for potential newcomers and investors. But there's really no red flags that are pointing out to me, at least based on the numbers and stuff. So, you know, I like the chart, I like the price action, and yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to. So I'd be interested to hear what your price predictions for ARK are. Let me know if you like this cryptocurrency, where you think it's heading and everything. And yeah, with that being said, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more cryptocurrency and investing trading videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.